This is a classroom of honeybees where they are not taught but trained. These honeybees, sitting inside the circuit board after their training, work as a digital sensor that can easily detect explosives or drugs. It is quite challenging to comprehend and to understand how honeybees, a small insect, can efficiently detect drugs or explosives and how they transmit their signal to humans. Yes, it is both a fact and a possibility. Honeybees have been known to possess remarkable olfactory capabilities, allowing them to detect various substances, including drugs and explosives, with high accuracy. They can communicate this information to humans through specific behaviors, such as returning to their hive or performing specific movements. The process begins with collecting honeybees from their hives, which are the initial source. After collecting them in this device, they are then shifted to a laboratory where the training process begins. The removal from the hive can be quite violent, due to the agitation caused by the extraction process. To minimize their movement, they are kept in a refrigerator to cool them down. This helps reduce their activity level. After cooling them down, the honeybees are placed in a harness where they are unable to fly, but their faces remain exposed. They are then left in this harness for approximately 30 minutes, to acclimate to the new environment. Placing each individual bee in the harness can be time-consuming, that is why many labs utilize machines for this task. The training process for honeybees to detect drugs or explosives is similar to training dogs for the same purpose. It typically takes around 2 days to complete their training. Both honeybees and dogs have a remarkable ability to detect scents, and both creatures can be trained to identify specific targets. In the case of training dogs to detect drugs, they are introduced to the scent of drugs from a young age, and they are rewarded with food as a form of positive reinforcement. Care is taken to ensure that dogs are not exposed to explosives without proper training. This training methodology helps establish a psychological association in dogs' minds that they will be rewarded with food when they successfully detect explosives. This is how dogs are trained to detect explosives at airports. If a dog detects the smell of explosives, it will immediately indicate by signaling its handler, and it will be rewarded with food as reinforcement. If a dog doesn't even come across explosives, it still needs to be trained to detect explosives before being given food. However, honeybees have a different approach. As we all know, honeybees are attracted to the scent of flowers. When they encounter the fragrance of flowers, they extend their proboscis, which is like a straw, to suck up any fluid. In the training process, honeybees that show interest in a cotton swab, soaked in sweet water, are shortlisted. These shortlisted bees are then exposed to explosive vapors for a few seconds, followed by being given sweet water. This entire process is often carried out using an automatic machine. Through this process, honeybees quickly learn that after detecting the smell of explosives, they will be rewarded with sweet water. Within a few hours, these bees become fully trained. They are then released from the harness and placed in an open container. Now, the training is given to the next crew of bees. Bees have a unique ability to detect certain scents, including drugs, and respond by extending their proboscis, tongue. However, their subtle reactions are difficult to observe directly at airports. To address this challenge, a method involving video processing has been developed. Bees are harnessed and equipped with a device containing micro cameras. These cameras capture the bee's proboscis extension reactions, which can then be analyzed and interpreted. When a bee detects a target scent, such as drugs, a signal or alarm can be activated. When the bee's tongue is extended, it triggers an alarm on a monitor, and as a reward, the fly is given sweet water. Additionally, an infrared light is used, which is set to dim when the fly extends its tongue. By employing this method, 36 trained flies are placed in a handheld machine. In order to detect drugs or explosives in passenger bags, a machine is used that is turned on for only 6 seconds. If drugs or explosives are present in the bag, a red signal will immediately appear on the screen. If we compare the capabilities of dogs and honeybees, there are significant differences. Training dogs to perform such tasks can take several years, whereas training honeybees can be done in a matter of hours. Additionally, the cost of training dogs is typically higher compared to honeybees. In some cases, dogs may not be suitable for certain tasks, such as detecting landmines, as they can be triggered by even slight pressure. Therefore, dogs cannot be used in such situations, and instead, honeybees are used for this purpose. On those bees, drones are used to employed to keep an eye on their movements. These bees can quickly detect the presence of explosives, and started gathering on that area, on this hope that they will get sweet water to eat as a reward. On this, experts went to that place, gave reward to the honeybees, and dig the landmines to make them futile. Till today, not only the dogs and honeybees are used, but many other animals and birds have been used for the security purpose. This has also proved to be very helpful for them. Hope you will like this video. Do share your comments on this.